Hi, good morning. I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode, I don't know, is it 8:43? I forgot already. I've been so busy here at the beach this morning taking photos and videos and I've been busy. And speaking of videos, we have a new live premiere that is going to happen right after the podcast this morning. The 7-part video series for the Blake Sampler Crochet Afghan will start today. That's the Afghan I'm talking about back there. How pretty does it look against the beach? Hi Joe, hi Lisa. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Good morning, Grace. And Judy and Lily, Jane, good morning everybody. Hi Barbara and Thea and Debbie, good morning. Happy Friday Eve. Hi Carrie and Kathy and Judy. Thank you, Joe. I think it looks beautiful there too. I took a few short videos of it blowing in the wind here, and I'll be posting those probably in my stories on Instagram, and maybe even if I can make a post of a video here. I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I'll figure it out. Hi Sharon and Linda. Thank you, Judy, for posting a link. So yes, the Blake Sampler Crochet Motif Afghan pattern is available. You can view the free pattern page on my blog. You can download the ad-free PDF pattern for $1.99 in my shop, and there's ants everywhere. Whoops. Anyway, there's ants on my phone. Anyway. Hi Mariana. So in the PDF pattern you get all the charts and the written instructions for all 6 motifs. So this particular sampler here, it has the 6 motifs that are each individual and different, but all have the same stitch count on the final round so that it's very easy to line them up and sew them together. There are 6 motifs. Each one of them I've done in a solid color here, and then I've done a second copy of each motif in mixing colors so that you can see how beautiful and different but similar each of the motifs are when you do them in a solid or multicolor, like changing color every few rounds. What was I going to say? Oh, and for the video, I did them all in one color, so I'm hoping to make a second Afghan in a solid color, so then you'll be able to see even more compare and contrast that way as well. Hi Deborah, good morning. I'll bring it up and bring it closer to me in a minute too, but it looks so pretty back there. So there will be 7 videos. Each video is going to show you step by step how to make every single motif. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be for motifs A, B, C, D, E, F. And then the 7th and final video will be how we join them together, which is a super, super easy construction technique. I think you're going to love it. Hi Rita and Constance. And if that's not enough, it's made in Be So Easy yarn, which is my number 5 bulky weight yarn, which means these motifs are done with an 8mm crochet hook, and they're 5 and 6 rounds a piece. Like, could it be any faster to make an Afghan, right? Oh, they're so awesome. Judy's posting a link right now to the part 1 video premiere, which will debut right after the podcast, so at 9:30 a.m. or approximately 27 minutes from now. You can watch with me live. If you have questions for me, I'll be in the live chat to answer live. It is an 8-ball project with Be So Easy yarn. So if you wanted to do it all in one color, you would need 8 balls of one color of yarn. And if you wanted to do it in the colors like I've done here, it's 1 ball each of 6 colors and then 2 balls each of a 7th color for joining it all together. So let me go grab it and we can go over those colors. And I still have to tell you what I'm wearing today too, although I bet some of you know. So here we go. This is 1 ball each of lavender and cornflower, teal, cream, goldenrod, raisin, and then the joining color is taupe. So there's 2 balls of taupe for joining the motifs together and for the edging, and then it's 1 ball each of the other 6 colors. I don't know if I counted all 6. Did I say it right? So it's goldenrod, lavender, teal, cream, corn flour, raisin. So it's 1 ball each of 6 colors, and then 2 balls of taupe for the joining and the edging. So pretty, right? So pretty. And if you wanted to make this bigger, I made this like a afghan size, but imagine, so this is 12 motifs. What if you made it 24 motifs? What if you made it 30 motifs? Like, you could just keep going, and however many motifs you add, obviously you're gonna add more yarn. So if you wanted to make it twice as big, it would be 16 balls of yarn. I know, isn't the drape amazing? When have you seen a number 5 bulky weight yarn with that drape? It's just incredible. Anyway, so if you have questions about that, let me know. The links have been provided for the free pattern page, the ad-free PDF download pattern for $1.99. You can also find Be So Easy Yarn on my website. The videos will be out. They'll start releasing today. First video will be today, and then every day after the podcast, I'll be releasing another video. Thank you, Gail. And then, what am I wearing today? Who wants to guess? Who knows? I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you have already made this top, so let's see who's gonna guess. Hi, Angela. Yes, this is the Margot pullover top. Yes, this is the Margot. Does anybody want to guess what color Be So Baby yarn I'm wearing? Does anybody know what color this is? Off the top of your head? Yes, lots of correct. Everybody knows. Not everybody. A lot of people know. I don't expect everybody to know what. Yes, Carrie's correct. This is jade green. Isn't this a great color? Grace is right too. Yes, this is jade green. All right, I need one person to do a tiny bit of research for me. If you can go to the Margot pattern on my website, can you tell me how many balls are required for the largest size? I know it starts at 7 or 8 balls for the smallest size, but the pattern incorporates a lot of sizes, and I just don't remember off the top of my head how many balls are required for the largest size. And this is going to be important at the end of the show today, so if someone could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. How weird that I have a V of driftwood behind my head. I don't know if that's distracting or interesting. Oh, there's something more interesting back there. How's that? So later today, I think I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to cut my bangs into curtain bangs. Does anybody know what that means? My bangs are pretty long right now, but apparently once you trim them, then you take the whole thing and pull it to the side and trim, then the whole thing and pull it to the other side and trim, and that's how you get like this angle. So you have like those wispy, longer, not braids, bangs. I'm gonna try and do that later today. We'll see. Oh, aren't the 7 balls is the smallest size, Judy? Can you tell me how many balls is the largest size for the Margot? Is it 10 or more? I can't remember. Oh, it's 7 balls for the largest. Okay. All right, I thought it was 7 balls for the smallest. My bad. All right, thank you. All right, so Grace says 8. Okay, maybe that's for the long sleeve. All right, well, I'm going to be giving away, I figured, I wanted to make sure that a 10 balls was going to cover it, so I guess it will. So at the end of the show today, I'm going to share with you how to enter to win 10 balls of Be So Baby yarn today. So that is a retail value of $39.99, and at the end of the show, I will tell you how to enter this week's contest. So, for those of you that may have been confused last week about how to find the winner, I will explain today that when I announce at the end of the show, I am going to share how to enter to win. You will have all week to enter to, if you can't do it now, you want to do it later, whatever, you'll have all week to enter. And all right, someone else is saying 12 balls. Anyway, I'm giving away 10 balls, so I guess we'll just let that go. I will be giving away 10 balls. At the end of the week, I will be randomly choosing one of the entries to win, and I will be notifying that person that they won and be notifying everyone else who entered if they do not win. So whether you win or not, you will be notified, and that's how I handled it last week, and that's how I'll be handling this one as well. There will also be a pinned comment on this video when the winner has been announced, and there will also be information about the winner a week from now in the video description. It'll all be in this video though. It will not be announced anywhere else but the video that is the contest. So everything you'll be able to find will be right here in this video. And as soon as the show is over today, I will be adjusting the title of the podcast a little bit. Yes, it took hours to do it last week, Thea. It took hours to reply to everyone last week. But I think it's important that if you are confused about who wins and who doesn't, I think as long as I can do it, I will be replying to everyone. I'm trying to be as helpful and courteous as possible. I can't please everybody, but I am doing the best that I can. And so what the heck, let's just say right now how it's going to be. If you leave a comment in this video, not in the live stream right now, these live comments do not stay, but as soon as today's broadcast is a recorded video and the comments stay fixed on the video, you just have to leave a comment. You don't have to say, you don't have to pick a number, you don't have to say anything at all. You can tell me anything you want. Make it nice maybe. If you don't, whatever, do what you want to do. If you leave a comment, you will automatically be entered to win 10 balls of Be So Baby yarn. And today is Thursday, so next Thursday I will randomly choose a winner on this video and let them know. Let the person know who won, that they won, to notify to ship the yarn, and I will be notifying everybody else who entered in the comments that they did not win as well. So there will be no confusion. If you enter to win, you will be notified. Does anybody have any questions about that? So I'd be more than happy to answer. Yes, only one comment per person. That's a good, yes, that's a good disclaimer. Thank you, Judy. Super easy to do though. Just leave one comment on the video and you will be entered to win. And one of the comments will be randomly chosen. There's cool gadgets out there, so I don't have to do it. It is something that will be, I'll just have to share the link of the video and a comment will be randomly chosen. How cool is that? Just want to make sure everybody understands, so I'm going to pause for a second here to see if anybody has any questions at all. Yes, everybody will be replied to in the comments, Barbara. That's correct. If you enter, you will be contacted to let you know if you win or not. Yeah, last week having everybody pick a number meant we had to pull all of that information into a spreadsheet, share all the numbers, pick a random number generator from 1 to 10,000, then find the person that won, and then go back. It was an incredible amount of work. So it sounded like fun, but it really was way too much work. So hopefully this will be a little bit easier to do. So don't have to pick a number, just leave a comment. Faye, I missed your comment. It went by too quickly. Hi Gail in England, this is the Margot crochet top. You can find the pattern on my website. Hi Sandshell, glad you could be here. How pretty is the beach this morning? Oh my gosh, it looks kind of magical and mystical, doesn't it? Not quite spooky like Loch Ness Monster, but definitely on the mystical side. There's something very unusual about the color of the water, but it is a very overcast day, so that's part of it too. Hi Stacy, good morning. It is absolutely beautiful here. I agree. Absolutely. Might be doing a cooking video later today. It depends on my schedule, but if I can make time. I want to make my rainbow quinoa salad today. I made a batch last week and ate the whole thing, and it was delicious. And I know I have a recipe for it on my website, but I think that I would like to do a video for it as well. So looks like I'm definitely going to the store to get my supplies after the show this morning, so if my timing is right and I don't have, if my schedule's not too crazy, I will probably go live to show you how to make the rainbow quinoa salad today. So you might see a notification for that, if not today, maybe tomorrow, but I'm hoping to do that later today. It is such a delicious salad, and here's the best part. It stays crunchy, so when you make it, it's delicious. When you eat it the next day, it's still crunchy and delicious. Day 2, day 3, still crunchy and delicious. It is so, so, so good. So, and very healthy for you. It's quinoa and veggies. That's it. So, really wonderful, really beautiful. I always try to pick a variety of colors of everything to put in the salad so that you get that rainbow effect. It's so pretty. Oh, Grace makes it for parties and everybody loves it. That's awesome. I've made it for a party before as well. Yeah, I've yet to meet somebody that doesn't love it. Hi, Regine. Judy just posted a link to the rainbow quinoa salad, so if any of you are interested, I don't believe quinoa is high carb, Barbara, but I don't have the nutritional information off the top of my head. I do know that it's high in protein and high in fiber, and that is a whole grain. It's also an ancient grain. It's been around for thousands of years, but I do not know off the top of my head if it is high carb or not. How do you cook quinoa? That's a great question, Samantha, and it's something I will definitely be talking a lot about in the video. I like to undercook my quinoa. I feel like if I cook it as it's instructed in the like on the side of the package, I do not like the way it tastes when you cook it to the full length of time it says on the package. I feel like it gets an extra earthy, bitter flavor when it's overcooked, so I choose to undercook mine. So I usually shave a few minutes off the cooking time and then take it off the heat, and whatever water is left in the pan while it's still covered, it kind of soaks up that extra water off the heat, so it kind of steeps at the end, and I feel like it is always much tastier that way. All right, we are getting feedback now. Quinoa is a high carb food, so if you are on a low carb diet, this would not be for you, I suppose. But anybody else that is not on a low carb diet, quinoa happens to be extremely healthy. Definitely the healthiest of, one of the healthiest of grains there are. And it is actually not a whole lot of quinoa in the recipe. It is predominantly vegetables with just a sprinkling of quinoa. But again, everybody's diet is different, and if you can't eat quinoa, you could always make the rainbow salad without it. The veggies are so beautiful. I use my chopper with the 1/4-inch dice, so you get that wonderful mouthfeel of really tiny, perfectly chopped veggies, and I will show you the salad before we add the quinoa so that you can see that. You don't have to add it. You don't have to add a grain to it. It would be absolutely gorgeous on its own. You could also add grilled meat if you wanted to make it a meat or a full, you know, for a different kind of protein. You could also add crumbled feta or cheese, depending on whatever kind of diet you're on. I don't think there's a diet where you can't eat raw veggies, so, well, actually there are. If you're having gallbladder issues, you probably can't eat raw veggies. Anyway, there's something for everybody. And not one recipe is ever going to work for everybody, but later today, I will most likely be going live to show you how I make that salad. And if you have more questions about what to substitute, I'd be more than happy to answer while we're live doing that as well. So, does anybody have any other questions? Thanks, Thea. Yes, this is all driftwood behind me. In fact, I am actually in a very tiny little cubby. This may end up being my favorite spot. Can I possibly pick a favorite spot at Wiggins Pass Beach? Anyway, I am so secluded. Like, I am surrounded by driftwood, 360 degrees. You're gonna have to see the camera. So I'll just turn around. So look at this. I have driftwood all around me. I think I'm in about 15-foot diameter. In fact, let me back up. I'm gonna walk out of my little cubby here. Hold on. And I'll show you how I walked into it. So, okay, so here's the walkway where you come in from the parking lot. And then here's my little secluded spot. So I'm surrounded by 2 giant cypress trees. I'm literally backing up. So I'm more than vertical. The camera's more than vertical to get you to the top of the tree. It is so big. So then there's those trees. Then there's these. I think these are sea grapes, possibly. And then there's that cypress that's not looking that great. But then you come in here in this little cubby, and then there's driftwood on that side too. So now I'll show you the whole thing. You can see, oh, look, someone had a bonfire there. I wonder if that's legal or not. It'd be really awesome if it was. Isn't that amazing? That water, the color, oh my goodness. Thanks, Faith. That wasn't even planned. Look at how my earrings match too. These are from that earring set that I got on Amazon. I thought that because they were green and black, that wearing the black bodysuit under the jade green top would make it match. Isn't that cute? Okay. All right, so I was going to unbox something I've never done before. Well, have I done this before? I have. I've been seeing a lot of reviews and a lot of buzz about a new crochet stitch pattern book on Amazon. And so I thought, well, let me order it and maybe do a review and unboxing. Wouldn't that be fun? So you can find this book already in my Amazon shop. I popped it in there. It's from the description on the title, it says it is 440 stitch patterns in it. So, and they were kind of new and different. So let's open the box, and you want to check it out with me? And if it's something that appeals to you, you can definitely order it on Amazon. So it's called The New Crochet Stitch Dictionary. 440 patterns for textures, shells, bobbles, lace, cables, chevrons, edgings, granny squares, and more. The authors are Nellie Brass and Eveline Hetty Burkhart. So this is the book, and then here's the back cover, and there's a little bit of information about both the authors. And I just thought something new, that sounds really exciting. So then the content is just, so table of contents has them divided up in the different types of stitches, which is really great, right? So we start with the basics. Oh, and look at, you know what's funny? Can you buy my yarns in the UK? I ship from my website all over the world. Let's see, are there charts as well? Yes, it looks like there are some small charts and photos and written instructions. So a little bit of everything in here. So this is the chapter on basic stitches. I'm gonna just glance through. Here we go. Yep, they all have minimal charts, like small charts, but these are basic stitch patterns, so you don't need a big chart. A nice close-up of the stitch pattern, and then written instructions for the stitch pattern as well. And does it tell you the multiple? Yes, it tells you what the pattern repeat is as well. So lots of great information in there for designing your own items. Super easy to design your own blankets or scarves or shawls, or two-dimensional pieces from there. And maybe we can do a deep dive into that information on a designing podcast on my website, or in my studio. Then next up is the shell and fan chapter. So you can see the charts get a little bigger here, because the stitch patterns are a little more complicated, but really great close-up photos. Also tells you what the pattern repeat is, and written instructions, chart key. Actually, I take that back. There is not written instructions in here. There is a little paragraph telling you about the stitch pattern, and telling you about the repeat. That's what it's doing. But there is a chart key, a chart, a little paragraph telling you a little bit about the stitch pattern, and then a detailed photo. All right, so that's the shell and fan chapter. Then this is clusters, popcorns, baubles, puffs, and nups. So you would need to have an understanding of charts to use this. I've done lots of videos on reading charts if you want to look for those here on my YouTube channel. Okay, and this is a whole chapter on spike stitches. So spike stitches is where you work stitches into rows below where you are. So it looks like there's some stitch patterns with post stitches and some stitch patterns with just spikes, but this is the spike stitch chapter. Very interesting. And then what's next here? Raised stitch patterns. Okay, so this has a lot of post stitches in it. Very pretty. So this is all raised stitch patterns in this chapter. And then the next chapter is mesh and trellis patterns. Okay, so you're getting a lot of mesh patterns in there, but again, there's 440 stitch patterns in here. This is crossed and the next chapter is crossed and interlocking stitch patterns. There we go. Here's some examples of that. Ripple and chevron patterns. Full chapter on those. And then there's an edging and borders chapter. I believe it said there was going to be a granny square. So yes, there's a whole chapter on squares as well. And then let's see. There's a crochet basics section which tells you about different parts of crochet. Then there's an index that tells you where you can find each of the stitches throughout the book. Wow, lots of information in there. Let's see, how many pages is it? 272 pages, 440 stitch patterns, and like I said, there's a huge variety from textures, shells, baubles, lace, cables, chevrons, edgings, and granny squares. And the only thing that I would warn you is that if you do not know how to read charts, you would really want to brush up on your chart reading skills before using this. Oh, we've got 60 seconds now before we start the premiere of the Blake project. So first video is going to start in 60 seconds. Maybe we have time for one quote. Let's see if we have time for one quote from here. Let's see, from Robert Louis Stevenson. Don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Oh yeah, I love that one, Robert Louis Stevenson. Don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Okay, Judy just posted a link to the live premiere of video part 1 of 7 for the Blake Afghan. Please check it out with me. I will be in the live comments as well. Don't forget to leave a comment on this video when it goes to recording so that you can enter to win a bag of 10 balls of Be So Baby yarn. And let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.